It is Friday. I have a fever. And the weekend's right around the corner. Those are all facts, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your 10-minute sports report. I am your host, Captain Boyne. Thank you, everyone, and all of you who tune in on a regular basis. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Go follow us on Instagram at 4th and 1 Podcast. I do post good stuff there. I share the stories. I make good clips. Or at least I think I do. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Oh no, my pants. They're broken. Anyway, I got a little NFL for you. I'll get you all set for your college football weekend. And then, of course, baseball postseason right around the corner. It actually ends, regular season ends on Sunday, the 1st October already. Comment down below. Can you believe it's October already? Because I certainly cannot. So let's just dive right in and get into it. So if you remember, the NFL has a gambling policy that usually made players sit out a year if they gambled on their own team. It was 6 months if they just gambled on team facility in general. Yet, players still got caught doing it, like Jamison Williams. However, under a new policy, as disclosed in a memo from Commissioner Roger Goodell that was obtained by ESPN on Friday, a player who places a bet involving his own team will be suspended at least 2 years. Bets placed by players on any NFL game will result in at least 1 year suspension. And if you place bets for other sports on team facility, it's a 6-month ban, or at least like a 6-week ban. I guess I should say, not 6 months. So anyway, that is new and improved. Meanwhile, Jamison Williams served a 4-game suspension under the old policy, and he is eligible to return the Detroit Lions next game, which is next Sunday. Speaking of those Detroit Lions, they played against the Green Bay Packers last night. I'm trying to get my screen to switch here. There it goes. Okay. They beat the Packers 34-20 on the road. They scored 14 in the first, 13 in the second, 0 in the third, and 7 in the fourth. David Montgomery, who was sitting on my fantasy bench, that'll teach me, scored 3 touchdowns and had 32 carries for 121 yards. So, he'll be starting from now on. That's all I can say about that. Well, in other NFL, sort of college football news, Michael Oher, the star behind the story, The Blind Side, has won his conservatorship between the Tuohys. A Tennessee judge said Friday that she is ending the conservatorship agreement between former NFL player Michael Oher and the Memphis couple who took him in when he was in high school. But the highly publicized dispute over financial will continue. Michael Oher wants back pay. That's why it's going to continue. The Tuohys are still claiming that they did this out of the love and kindness of his heart. However, the things that Michael Oher is saying, like he never saw a penny from The Blind Side, and like a lot of his NFL earnings have gone to the Tuohys, so he gets. Basically, it's a Britney Spears situation. However, the Michael Oher signed the conservatorship when he was 18. However, he was led to believe that that was what was best for him moving forward, and they never signed it back over the Tuohys. So Michael Oher got what he got, what was rightfully his, I guess, on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, fever, so this is all just talking out of my ass, if I'm being completely honest with you. Let's get you all set up with the top 25 teams for college football. Tonight, number 10 Utah goes on the road against Oregon State. Number 2 Michigan faces off at Nebraska on 3:30. It is their first road game on Fox. Penn State plays at noon on BTN against Northwestern on the road. Number 8, USC goes to Deion Sanders and Colorado to take on the Buffaloes. Florida's on the road against Kentucky. Georgia's on the road against Auburn. Kansas, number 24, Kansas is on the road against number 3, Texas. Number 23, Missouri's on the road against Vanderbilt. Number 13, LSU is on the road against number 20, Ole Miss. 9, Oregon's on the road against Stanford. Iowa State is on the road against number 14, Oklahoma. Number 11, Notre Dame, who lost that heartbreaker last week, on the road against number 17, Duke. South Carolina's on the road against number 21, Tennessee. Alabama's on the road against number 12 ranked Alabama's on the road against Mississippi State. Number 7, Washington's on the road against Arizona. And Nevada's on the road against Fresno State. So, a lot of ranked teams on the road this week. Just keep your eye out. On the road, that's when upsets normally happen. Fingers crossed, it isn't Big Blue in Lincoln, but it'd be a very Michigan thing to do. Let's get to baseball. Alrighty, the Baltimore Orioles won their 100th game and clinched the NL East in doing so. They ended the regular season, well, still a couple more days to go. However, most of their starters, my guess is, won't be playing the final 2 days, on a 5-game winning streak, finishing at 159. Again, one of the lowest salary teams in baseball, bunch of rookies on their roster, and they won 100 games and won the AL East, best team record-wise in the American League. Meanwhile, for the Tampa Bay Rays, they're gonna go into the playoffs on a decently high note. They won 2 straight against the Boston Red Sox, 9-7-5-0. They finish, again, give or take, 3 games back of the Baltimore Orioles for first place. They finish at 97-62. Again, add 2 more games in there, and then you'll get what you get. But it's a rough idea. You guys get it, or maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking to no one. Well, as of right now, actually, I am talking to no one. Maybe I should take more fever meds. Huh. I don't know. Well, we'll just keep going. Anyway, the Tampa Bay Rays have locked up the first wild card spot, and let's get to that wild card spot, actually. So, first and foremost, the Baltimore Orioles clinched the best record in the American League. Tampa Bay Rays clinched a playoff berth. Toronto Blue Jays are still fighting. The Twins clinched their division, therefore a playoff berth. The Rangers, the Astros, and the Mariners are all battling for not only wild card spots, but also the AL West division. Currently, the Rangers lead it 2 games over the Astros and 3 games over the Mariners. So that 1 game that separates the Astros and the Mariners is very important. I'll get to in just a second. Braves clinched the best record in the National League. Phillies clinched a wild card berth and a playoff berth. Marlins are still fighting with the Cubs, the Reds, the Diamondbacks, and the Padres. Milwaukee wins their division, and the Dodgers win their division. But let's get to this wild card. So, Tampa Bay's got the first seed in the American. Blue Jays are 1 game ahead of the Astros, who are 1 game ahead of the Mariners. So, final 2-3 days, gonna be pretty juicy, so stay tuned. Check back in on Monday, see how it went. The Phillies clinched the top wildcard spot in the National League. Diamondbacks are in second, 1.5 games ahead of the Marlins, who are a half game ahead of the Cubs. That's new since Wednesday. And 1.5 games ahead of the Reds. And then the Padres, who are hanging on for life, are 3.5 games out of the third and final wildcard spot, all but eliminated. That'll do it for this rendition of the 10-Minute Sports Report. The timer is going off. That means the pizza is done. I am going to go veg out for the next 48 hours to try to kick whatever I have. And yeah, I will check back in with you Monday if I am not dead or in a coma due to my illness that I have. LOL. Just kidding, Mom. God loves you. God bless you. Wash your hands, you filthy animals, and peace out.